Today we're going to make a cocktail that literally is going to take Angry Orchard and make it better. Stay tuned.
Check out our new ebook, Explorations of Rum, at homecocktailmenu.com/shop.
Welcome to Common Man Cocktails. I am your host, Derrick Schommer. I've got with me...
Justin Hurd, back again.
Justin's here all week. He's like virtual Ian. The best part is he doesn't cast a shadow. It doesn't make me look like I'm like a midget.
And I don't beat the crap out of him.
There's that. There's a whole lot of good things. Maybe Ian's got to get a new job. He's only got now a 3-hour commute. All right.
Yeah.
So today we're gonna create the apple orange smash. This drink contains. Oh, by the way, I never did any of the producers and anything for the last one. I apologize. I don't remember any of the information. I'll try and put in the description. This is submitted by Tyler Rhines. Actually, I said the last one was submitted by Don. Producer is Zachary Kearns, and it's up there, and I'm not very tall, so I'm not worried that it's going to cross over my head.
No ducking.
Nope. It's 1 ounce of bourbon whiskey. We're going to use rye, right? Is that what we got here?
Yep,
Just Sazerac rye. 1 ounce of orange liqueur, and then, just for the heck of it, 5 to 6 ounces of hard cider. And in the United States, in the UK, that would be called cider. Here we call it hard cider to differentiate because we have a product called cider. And I don't know the history between why that's a thing, but we have cider.
But you can only usually get it in the fall.
I don't even know why I have this. You can usually get it in the fall. This is truth. So it says, Tyler says, number 1, fill with ice. Well, this is probably draining a little bit. That's a lot of runoff from the water. Add whiskey and orange liqueur, top with cider. So we need an ounce of each. Want to measure out an ounce?
Yeah.
I think the top one, is that right?
Yep.
Top one should be an ounce. I don't want to read it. It's 1 and 2. This, by the way, this pretty sweet ass, this is called a Japanese jigger. Japanese jiggers are taller. Look at that. It's like, it's on the cusp. There's no way you're going to, oh, never mind, he's going to get it.
Perfect.
The Japanese jiggers are taller. And the beauty to that tallness is that there's less surface area. So if you put an OXO, or, you know what, an OXO, that's not fair, because, oh no, I'll do both. So in an OXO, the open space is a lot of surface area. What that really means is as you're measuring it, if you just add a little extra and it goes over the line, the chances of it going over the line, adding more volume than going over the line with a smaller space. It's science. Same thing with this. It's a huge 2 ounces compared to this. Look at the difference in size, right? So you're going to be able to get a better pour out of that than you will out of the other one. Then you're going to add in 5 to 6 ounces of hard cider, and all I've got is this is a 2, so I guess.
That he didn't say top.
I don't know. I don't know if we'll fit 5 or 6. That's 2. Oh, sure.
Oh, perfect.
I mean, if you could get 4 in here, then, I mean,
You can do another ounce.
4. Yeah, we'll do an ounce. That, and we still have beers to review, and more alcohol.
There's a lot of stuff happening.
There's tons. So I wanted to make sure that. Okay, so first off, it's doing some crazy stuff on the side with the carbonation.
I can smell it from here though.
It smells like apples.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll apologize. I didn't make this recipe, so I don't know how it's gonna taste. But a smash to me, when it's in the title, involves fruit being crushed together. So anybody who's like, that's not a smash because you're smashing fruit together in randomness and putting in bourbon and calling it good. I get it. That's just what it is. So in this you use Smith & Ford cider, but whatever we have we can use. Garnish with an orange slice and it looks pretty. I'm not going to garnish it because I threw out my orange slice. You want to drink that? Now, I got to get this sugar off my hands because my pinky fingers stuck together with my other fingers, obviously. Otherwise it would be stuck to my palm. That's weird.
There's well, you say, and you drink, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
There's more going on there than I expected to.
Because it doesn't just taste like pure cider or alcohol?
Correct.
I'm not getting musky rest. I don't know. Now I almost get a cherry. And there's no cherries in this.
There is no cherries.
But I feel like
I get apples and I get oak.
Oaky apple.
I don't necessarily get orange.
This tastes like, now I don't know if this exists. You guys can comment if you want to. But to me, it tastes like an oak aged cider. If such a thing exists.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody has said,
and they
let's
do,
take cider and put it in some oak.
Yeah.
It's not hard. It's a barrel, right? I probably wouldn't pick the ones at Home Depot, but that kind of is the flavor you're getting. It's easy. Again, too easy.
You know, it for the fact that it has 2 ounces of spirits in there, it drinks like it's just a hard cider out of the
Drinks
bottle.
like a 5%, but it's more.
Correct.
I don't know how much more because math is difficult for me, but it's got, what do we got here? What's the proofage? 45, so it's a little over the 40s. It's not that abnormal for whiskey. And this is just a high, this is a 30%.
That's pretty good
Liqueur.
for liqueur.
It's close to the core spirit level. And since this is over by 5, and this is under by 10, it's almost like you've just
Our
added.
average between the two is...
It's basically like a beer. It's like a Boilermaker.
Yeah.
The difference is it's better tasting, I think.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a big fan of Boilermaker, but that's a serviceable drink.
Yeah.
Seems like this is something you'd have in college. You've been to college sooner than I have. Sooner, I think that's right. So, what did you drink in college?
Craft beer. We had a couple of good bars downtown that we'd go down to.
In Plymouth?
Yeah. Biederman's and the Panther Pub. That's a shout out to both of you guys.
You will have to tweet them. They probably don't Twitter.
I will tag them.
They have social media? I don't know. Like,
They do.
These
I think
days.
they're on Facebook.
kids
I
do.
think they're both on Facebook and Instagram.
Really?
That might be as far as they go, but
When I was in college, there wasn't such a thing as social media. So we just had the internet. It was pretty new. Back in the day in Keene State, we had Panucci's, Kilkenny's, and places that we would try and get Ian into before they started checking at the front door for ID.
oh yeah, they were heavy on that.
Because Ian is the younger out of us, so we'd have to sneak him in, and he'd get conscious and go like blabbing about his age to people and get in trouble. But it feels kind of college level, but at the same time,
Yeah,
I don't think
can see
anybody.
where I can see where you're coming from with that one.
But at the same time, I still think if it was to me, college level would be the this and vodka, probably dropped in with a shot glass.
Right. Yeah. This is a little bit more.
Yeah, we upped it up.
It's the next level, but it's still
this is like
what you might call low
this
level.
is 401 level college drinking.
You're graduating towards
Yeah,
college.
you've moved up, and you're into the level where you're like, I like taste,
Yeah.
and I like bourbon, and I want taste and bourbon together, but I want to dilute my bourbon down because straight up, 5, 6, 7 ounces of bourbon will kill, man. We're gonna dilute it down with a simple 5%.
This gives you bourbon without having to do a shot of bourbon.
This
is your shot of bourbon in your cider.
I would rather, quite honestly, I'd rather do that. Because I don't want to waste a shot of bourbon by sucking it down, and I feel like I can enjoy it more, even inside of a cider.
Because you still get to sip it at least.
Yeah, I still get the nice oak, and that's pretty good. In this case, a rye, bourbon, whiskey, whatever. It gives you. I don't know how much you get out of this in an oak. Typically, in a rye, you're going to get a little more of a musky flavor, but there is a nice oaky flavor from this. Sazerac's a pretty good brand. Unfortunately, we can't get it anymore. We managed to steal it before I even thought of buying it at the New Hampshire liquor store. But these folks care. They're the ones who create the Peychaud bitters. They're the ones who create the Regan's Orange bitters at their distillery. I think it's in Kentucky. I can't remember where they get the shipments from. So it's a serviceable product. It's probably what do you think this $35 for that?
I think it was on the cheaper side. I think
Really?
it's probably 25 or so.
So
It wasn't
Maker's
too
Mark
bad.
level,
Yeah.
same price.
Yep.
Yeah. It's probably a good place for them too, because they can actually compete. So if you could get that, you could try it with this. I think you're going to be fine trying this with Buffalo Trace, with Makers, with anything. You're going to get, if not more, barrel.
You could even do flavored whiskey.
Like Fireball?
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's a drink.
Yeah,
That's already a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do Fireball because that's a drink. You just create something else. You're gonna look like a douchebag. You create that and say, "Oh, this is called apple orange smash."
But if you added you could add red stag. You could add a
Red
honey.
Stag would be nice.
You could add.
Honey would add a little.
I mean,
bit of
anything
sweetness
that
to it.
would go with apple, which is pretty much anything.
Apple whiskey.
Yeah,
Like
you
the
could add like a
green. What is it called?
ounce of
Crown
Applejack or
Royal?
something in there.
Applejack.
Crown
Crown apple.
Crown Royal Regal apple.
What he
anything
said.
like that.
It's like you know what you're talking about. I'm just here standing like I don't know. There's got a color to it. It's in a whiskey.
I think it makes Angry Orchard better than what Angry Orchard is.
And that's
plain.
That's probably the best Angry Orchard. That's probably why I have it. No, I don't really know why I have it. But that's the crisp apple. I like apple.
That's their kind of baseline, anyways.
I like apple crisp. It's sweetness. But just after drinking that is definitely better.
Yeah.
I like this better. So here's what I suggest you do at home. You drink about this much of your beer or your cider, and then you pour in your
something else in
your
there.
other ingredients, and you're good to go. So we didn't ask a question yet? Apples and oranges? No. Question of the day. You got anything? I got a good one. How long does it take you to drive to work in the morning?
I mean, I hope it's shorter than my commute.
So an hour and a half, is that what you said?
Hour and 40, but it's going to
Hour
get
and
shorter. I'm moving.
But my stepmother probably has about the equal amount of commute, and it's like Waltham,
It's
Boston.
not that far away.
It's not that far. It's 45. When you drive, like, are you driving? You're driving like the whole time. You're not stuck in traffic, right?
Driving, yeah. 72 miles.
But that,
One way.
to me, is better
Than
than
being stuck in traffic for 10 miles.
When you know
Yeah, I
it's
agree
a
with
40-minute drive and it takes you an hour and a half, you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, and our California people, rep up. You should be writing in, like, 7 hours to get to work. And I'm, like, tired. And I took a shower.
5-mile drive.
Yeah.
8 hours later.
So, you should write in, how long is your commute? And I will tell you how long my commute is.
Stanley's is 2 hours by transit.
This is it.
2 hours by transit. That's a long time. I worked up to my commute. My longest commute was probably 45 minutes, and that was at the worst because the company I worked for was a startup company, and they kept moving further away. So it was like by the tail end, it was 45, but it actually started at 20, which sucks because it creeps up. It was 20, 30, 40. I'm like, God, next time you're going to be in San Jose, which is actually where everybody had to go when they shut that place down. So, the creeping in it isn't any good. But my longest is 40. Now, my commute is wake up, grab coffee, go downstairs, pack my orders, watch me do
some
upstairs.
level of the house.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
as
at
long
some
as the
level.
commute gets.
I check my comments sometimes in the morning, but that's about it. Other than that, what I would suggest to do is you should go to patreon.com/CFC and donate to the show just like Zachary Kurtz did. Or you can pick up our ebooks on homecocktailmenu.com. Either one of those is perfectly fine with me. One can be a minimum of $3 donation. If you buy the book, you're probably going to pay $14.90, $14.29. So you choose your level of commitment to the show. That's it. We're done. T-Shadre. The cherry.
I think it's cherry forward.
There's a good amount of cherry in there.
Wow. There's a lot of cherry in there.
But you know what though? I was kind of curious